So let me turn this over so we have a recognition what we're talking about. This is the work of a tremendous Kabbalist by the name of Rabbi Yosef Chaim Mimran. And the great thing about Rabbi Mimran is he's a native English speaker, besides other languages, but he speaks Canadian English. And so he's able to communicate with a guy like me. And I find that what he has to teach us is just absolutely, well, it's Kabbalistically mind-blowing. The experience. He talked about this, and we talked about in the last year, what's going on with the mind. Because if we move ourselves from the cycle of the constant circle of criticisms and analyses and defensive mechanisms, beyond that, it's ability to be able to look at that. He's teaching that. He's teaching it. You can learn how to look at your thoughts. That you that is looking at your thoughts is the higher thought, and at the higher level. And from that level, you can leap upwards, because there is an ultimate mind that is beyond the problems, which are real. Okay, this difficult world we live in. But beyond those problems, there is a binding to the ultimate mind. That is possible. Here he comes, and he speaks like this. As the human mind merges with the human spirit, we become unfettered by the rigid, constricted limitations of the physical universes and the forces of din permeating it. This refers to specifically what I was trying to say, is that this is a tough world. And if you're fighting with people and you're having difficulty and you have illnesses and you have whatever is going on, this is not you specially. That's a world of with a lot of nastiness in it. As the mind expands into the realm of spirit, our consciousness attains access to numerous dimensional planes above our own. What would that be? Thus, when we perform a meditative visualization technique, let's see, he says there is such a thing. It has repercussions far beyond the confines of our limited physical space. Therefore, as it is below, so it is above. What we think about or meditate upon here below manifests above. This is a basic principle that he said, that our minds are connected to the ultimate mind. That's a real truth. That's a real truth. Our bodies, it's a different story. They come here today, gone tomorrow. You can't take it with you. So this world is really temporary, but there's something about us which is not. Our sages teach us that everything is to be found in the Torah. The sages also teach us that the entire Torah is the name of Hashem, Yud, K, Vav, K. So if you don't know that why we say K is we don't spell out the whole name, because we don't really understand it, but we are in awe of it. The holy Mekubalim have already understood the meaning of this. Using technique passed down to them from the biblical prophets, received by them from Moshe Rabbeinu himself, our holy Mekubalim have learned how to draw from our holy Torah divine powers when intertwining and combining its letters. Let's just pick that little thing up one more time. He says, now, I mean, this would be a nice thing to do. We have our holy Mekubalim have learned how to draw from our Torah, holy Torah, divine powers. The power, really, the ultimate power is the is the connection with God. When intertwining, you can move letters and put them together, mix them. These letter combinations are what we refer to as the Shemot HaKadoshim, the holy names of God. Now he says like this, understand well the 22 letters of the Hebrew language and their correlations to time, space, soul, and consciousness. Our great sages have taught us in their infinite wisdom from the entire Torah is one long name of Hashem. In other words, it's one long combination of letters, and that every verse also contains a smaller version of that powerful name. So people who read the Torah in English, let's say you read it in English, something is there. Something's alive in it. It's not just a story. It's not a series of stories or a series of laws. It's not a dry law book. Because inside of it is actually the name of eternity, the doorway to it. Our sages have also taught us that Hashem looked into the Torah, pronounced some of its letters, and then created the world. As you recite the Torah, and thereby the holy names of the Creator, just think about this when you read your Torah. If you're reading, like I say, in English, or if you're reading it in the original, inside of that is the holy name of the Creator. When you do this, you actually become a partner in creation. This is Baruch Fleischman, and this has been the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and we're really trying to get into the meditative technique. I've read this book several times, but it's like, I was thinking that it's like from what they say, from the lips outward. Still, it needs to penetrate. I have to think about it over and over again. And he's saying this too. This is what the Kabbalists say. This is not something that you just pick up. This is something you learn to practice. So I'm behind. I'm trying to learn. And I hope this is helpful for you as well. This is Baruch Fleischman.